Something that needs to actually see.
Real nice. And it's so close.
It's 50 meters away now. That's
right. That's
Korea
it.
at the wood line.
That's it.
Hey, you got to give Camel Toe some credit this time. At least the lens cap covers were off. I'm Brian. Welcome back to the High Impact Flicks channel. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, and share it with everybody you know.
Roll the intro.
Before we get back to the video, you need to take a look at Privacy Internet Access VPN. Not only hide your identity, activity, and location, access content worldwide, get unlimited bandwidth, and receive unbreakable VPN security with a no logs policy and tons of customizable privacy features. Your data will be protected by one of the most transparent and privacy-focused VPNs out there. Privacy Internet Access also has 50 servers in 50 states. So if you need to look like you're browsing in Florida, Washington, or any state in between, they've got individual IPs for that. And that's important if you want to avoid sporting event blackouts, access local websites which are blocked outside state borders, watch premieres before they show up in your time zone, and hackers can't see keystrokes or passwords. Click on the link below to get my discount for Privacy Internet Access. Now, let's get back into the video.
The NATO summit in Madrid was a big love-in for the supporters of the military-industrial complex. NATO is not a defence alliance. It's a war machine. Ask the people of Afghanistan, Iraq or Libya. NATO's real goal is the defence of a waning US hegemony and a unipolar world system. That's what NATO exists for. Any discussion of that is silenced, chilled in this land of free speech. The war in Ukraine, NATO is loving it. Like the US, the Russian economy is dominated by monopoly capital. Both countries are run by oligarchs. Now we have a US-NATO proxy war against Russia in Ukraine. Two factions of capitalist imperialism waging war against each other, with millions of workers caught in between. A survey by the European Council on Foreign Relations showed that the vast majority of European citizens want peace rather than promoting a war that punishes Russia. But NATO never wants peace. What I want to know is, what does the EU really want?
Another month and another record inflation number. Prices in the Eurozone rose by 10% in the 12 months to September. In comparison, just a year ago, prices were rising at only 3.4%. Once again, the biggest driver of inflation was energy, rising by 40% in 12 months. Food, alcohol and tobacco were also big drivers, although less than in previous months. But the trip to the pumps may continue to be painful for some time. The war in Ukraine has disrupted global oil and gas supply. Europe is heading into a hard winter, which may include forced reductions in energy as countries struggle to cope with the scarcity of gas. The worry is if energy inflation continues to remain high, it will lock in price rises in other sectors of the economy, perhaps for the long term.
Laura, what you see is decline by design. The left has a 100-year plan to try to weaken the sources of American power. It goes back, as you said, to Woodrow Wilson and the progressives' attack on our Declaration, our Constitution, and the moral foundation of our country. And it was not a very far slide until the 1960s and 70s when you had the radical Blame America First Democrats, and today's left is acting in their shadow. This is exactly what the Democrats wanted. Why is inflation up 13%? Why does gas cost $4 to $5 a gallon? Why are you having trouble paying your utility bills? Why are your food bills so high? It's because Joe Biden and other Democrats promised to eliminate fossil fuels, the source of so much of our prosperity. It literally powers our economy.
The question is, did you point a 20-gauge shotgun at the chest of a black man, and you have an opportunity with all of Pennsylvania watching to say, I'm sorry. Are you going to say I'm sorry today, John?
That never happened.
So you're not going to say I'm sorry?
That never happened.
So you still refuse to say I'm sorry to this day?
I'm the only Democrat that successfully confronted
You're the only
gun
Democrat
violence.
who used a shotgun to chase down an unarmed black
Gentlemen,
child.
we have to give some credit to the American people that they're somewhat intelligent and that they know the difference between an opinion show and a news show.
Yeah.
You're cynical. Look at that. Yeah.
I am cynical because, you know.
You think we're bad for America? You think I'm bad for America?
Yeah.
You do?
In the long haul, I think you
Really?
and all these opinion
That's
shows.
sad, Ted.
No, you know why?
That's sad.
Because you're very good at what you do, and because you have attracted a significantly more
are selling the
influential.
American
Let me
people
finish the
short.
Let me finish the sentence
I'm
before
listening.
you do that.
With all due respect.
Yes.
Take the floor.
You have attracted people who are determined that ideology is more important than facts.
My pronouns are she and her, and I've been with Drag Story Hour for 4 years now. Whoa! My drag character is flirty, beautiful, glam, and funny. Kids always ask me, what is your age? And that is my favorite question because I get to tell them that my age is the same as them. My favorite part of Drag Story Hour is getting to read to the kids because I wanted to become a teacher when I was younger, and I get to do it now, except with the wig on. Come to the next Drag Story Hour because it can get educational, fun, and entertaining.
If you had 24 hours with me and I couldn't say no, what would we do?
But there's a lot more we can do, but we have to do it together to restore the soul of America. When I ran, I said one of the reasons I was running literally was to restore the soul of America. Bring back some decency and honor in the way we talk about one another, the way we deal with one another. America is fully prepared with our NATO allies to defend every single inch of NATO territory. Every single inch. So, Mr. Putin, don't misunderstand what I'm saying. Every inch. I thank you all very much. You also asked me earlier about the pipeline, and let me say this. It was a deliberate act of sabotage. And now the Russians are pumping out disinformation and lies. We're going to work with our allies to get to the bottom of exactly precisely what happened. And at my direction, I've already begun to help our allies enhance the protection of this critical infrastructure. And at the appropriate moment when things calm down, we're going to be sending divers down to find out exactly what happened. We don't know that yet exactly, but we're not, just don't listen to what Putin is saying. What he's saying we know is not true.
You know, we partnered with Google, for example. If you Google climate change, you will, at the top of your search, you will get all kinds of UN resources. We started this partnership when we were shocked to see that when we Googled climate change, we were getting incredibly distorted information right at the top. So we're becoming much more proactive. You know, we own the science, and we think that the world, you know, should know it, and the platforms themselves also do. But again, it's a huge challenge that I think all sectors of society need to be very active in.
Guys, we already know that they want to decimate the dollar, destroy the economy, bring us into a cashless society, and eventually make it difficult for us to even get food. That's why I constantly promote My Patriot Supply. Every chance I get, I turn my fiat currency notes into long-term storable food. This stuff is awesome. It's got a 25-year shelf life. And one thing we're all going to need is storable food. It's better to have it, not need it, than need it, not have it. With my link in the description, you get $100 off of every order instantly. It'd be a good idea to order it while you can, because I'm not sure how much longer they're going to be able to ship this out. My link for your $100 off discount is in the description below.